Some reality TV moments change lives.
Thank you so much, Dr. Now, for giving me my life back. You just don't know how grateful I am to you.
Some inspire us. And then there's Lisa Fleming from season 6 of the show My 600-Pound Life.
My grandson don't even get a chance to be a kid because he's so busy catering to me.
A woman who made history not with her weight loss, but with her world-class ability to fart on camera. While Dr. Now preached discipline, Lisa unleashed chaos, one trumpet blast at a time. TLC could have cut it. They didn't. They showcased it proudly. So today, we're answering the question you didn't know you needed. Exactly how many times did Lisa fart on camera? Was it 5, 10, 20? Did she break a record? Did she break the sound barrier? We've set the stage. The countdown has begun. Now get ready, because Lisa's about to make her explosive debut, the opening blasts. Lisa doesn't bother with a slow build. There's no gentle lead-in, no polite pause to let the audience settle. Just a few minutes into her episode, while the cameras are still introducing her life story, the first unmistakable sound rips through the air like a battle horn announcing war. It's not subtle. It's not one of those questionable squeaks you can pretend came from the furniture. No, this is 100% Lisa, a sharp, confident blast that could probably register on the Richter scale. Somewhere, a boom mic operator flinches. That's fart number 1. And what an opener. And just like that, the game begins. 1 on the scoreboard, history is made. You might assume it's nerves, a single rogue puff may be triggered by the stress of being filmed. Logical guess, but logic has no place here. Because before the editors even finish the opening montage, it happens again. The second blast bursts out with such perfect comedic timing that it practically deserves a laugh track. And the wildest part, no one reacts. Not her caregiver, not the camera crew, not even Lisa. She doesn't blink, doesn't smirk, doesn't acknowledge that she just contributed a sound effect to her own life story. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is number 2. Smooth, sneaky, and ignored by everyone but us. That's when the realization hits. This isn't a fluke. This is her normal. Lisa is operating on a frequency the rest of us can only aspire to. By now, the scoreboard reads 2, and viewers at home are torn between laughing, cringing, and rewinding to confirm they really heard what they think they heard. Then, oh then, comes number 3. This one has depth. It's not just a sound, it's a performance. Richer, fuller, like Lisa decided to give us some artistic range. It echoes with the confidence of someone who knows exactly what she's doing, even if what she's doing is turning national television into a live whoopee cushion. Somewhere behind the camera, you can almost feel the sound guy stare into the middle distance, wondering how to explain this moment to his grandkids someday. 3 blasts down, and the first commercial break hasn't even arrived, but Lisa is just getting warmed up. The early part of the episode settles into a bizarre rhythm. Conversation, sigh, emotional tension, boom. Each scene becomes its own twisted symphony where every heartfelt moment is immediately followed by a brass section no one signed up for. The contrast is so sharp it's comedic gold. Lisa discussing the struggles of mobility while punctuating her sentences like an untamed trumpet. And the strangest part, everyone acts like this is completely ordinary. No snickers, no shocked faces, no nervous giggles. Lisa could probably set off a car alarm and her caregiver would still be adjusting her blanket like nothing happened. By the 20-minute mark, the count is climbing fast. The editors attempt strategic cuts, but there's only so much you can do when your star is doubling as the sound effects department. The scoreboard keeps ticking upward, the audience is glued to their screens waiting for the next eruption, and Lisa is calm as a monk in a hurricane. A few farts in and we've already left reality TV as we know it. But trust me, those first blasts were just the warm-up act. Midpoint madness. By this point in the episode, Lisa Fleming is no longer just a patient on My 600-Pound Life, she's a phenomenon. The first 20 minutes now feel like a soft opening, a rehearsal for the thunderous performance she's unleashing. What started as an occasional comedic interruption has transformed into the main soundtrack of the show. Every scene, doctor consultation, therapist pep talk, tearful confession, even something as innocent as sipping water, is now synced to her personal brass section. It's less a weight loss journey and more a full-blown halftime show, and the scoreboard is spinning like a slot machine. The second act kicks off with a deceptively simple moment. Lisa shifts in bed. That's it, just a slight movement, the kind that barely deserves a reaction. But from somewhere deep in the tectonic plates of her being, a blast erupts with the raw power of a foghorn at close range. It echoes through the room with cinematic clarity, as if the boom mic leaned in just to make sure we didn't miss it. It's so perfectly timed, you can practically imagine it written into the script, cue Lisa's trumpet. And boom, there's fart number 4, rattling the walls like a foghorn. The camera cuts to her caregiver, who tries valiantly to remain professional, eyes locked forward like a soldier under fire. But you can see it, just a flicker of panic behind the eyes, a silent scream echoing through their soul. They soldier on, discussing Lisa's meal plan with the same voice people use while disarming a bomb. And then, another one. Mid-sentence, mid-serious conversation, Lisa drops a second blast that cuts through the room like a trombone solo at a funeral. That's number 5, delivered mid-sentence like a punchline no writer could script. At this moment, the scoreboard has climbed higher, and the audience at home is no longer watching for the weight loss arc. No one's checking calorie counts or doctor's notes. Everyone is now fully invested in the fart count. People who started the episode out of morbid curiosity are now cheering like it's the Super Bowl. There are viewers out there making unofficial leaderboards, timing the intervals, debating whether to count the faint ones. The magic of this midpoint isn't just the quantity, it's Lisa's composure. She is the eye of her own storm. While her body declares war on the atmosphere, her face remains placid, her tone casual. She chats, she laughs, she nods along with Dr. Now's warnings like she's at a casual brunch, not turning the room into an air raid siren test site. It's almost admirable, the sheer multitasking involved in being both bedridden and a one-woman marching band. And TLC, to their eternal credit or eternal shame, lets it all air. The editors could have snipped it out. They could have laid over some soft, inspirational music, maybe cut to B-roll of a hospital hallway. But no, they keep every single toot. The audio mix even seems enhanced, like someone turned up the bass just to make sure we all experienced it in full Dolby surround. There's a rhythm now. Inhale, speak, blast, continue, repeat. Each eruption perfectly punctuates her sentences as if she's using flatulence as a form of emotional underlining. By now, the episode is morphing into something surreal, less like a medical reality show and more like an unannounced competition. You can almost imagine the crew keeping score off camera, arguing over the categories. And the medical team tries to remain stoic, but subtle tells betray them. A stifled cough, a glance toward the ceiling, a suspiciously long pause before their next sentence. They are professionals, yes, but even professionals can't fully prepare for witnessing the brass section of the apocalypse. By the 40-minute mark, the blast count has skyrocketed. Nearly a dozen new entries have joined the tally since the last major scene. The entire atmosphere of the show has changed. What was supposed to be a somber exploration of struggle has turned into a high-stakes endurance challenge. How many can Lisa fit into a single act? The tension is weirdly exhilarating. Viewers are glued to the screen, gripping armrests, waiting for the next detonation like they're watching a suspense thriller. And yet through it all, Lisa remains utterly unbothered. There are no apologies, no nervous giggles, no bashful excuses. She simply continues her dialogue as though nothing happened, as though the room didn't just register a minor sonic boom. This calm, this unshakable confidence is what pushes her from accidental comedy to outright legend. She's not just participating in reality TV, she's bending it to her will, reshaping the format, pioneering a new genre, gas-fueled performance art. The cumulative effect is astonishing. Even hardened reality TV veterans, viewers who've seen it all, meltdowns, walkouts, screaming matches, are sitting slack-jawed, whispering, "Is this really happening?" It is, and it's glorious. By the time the midpoint fades out, the scoreboard looks like a malfunctioning odometer, and the anticipation for the final stretch is electric. If the first act was an overture and this midpoint was the main chorus, then what comes next promises to be the grand finale of flatulence. Lisa has shattered expectations, rewritten the rules, and possibly damaged the studio microphones. And as the screen fades to black for yet another commercial break, one question echoes across living rooms everywhere. How much louder and how much higher can this count possibly go? The count is climbing, the crew is crumbling, and Lisa is only getting stronger. Hold your breath, the grand finale is coming. The final stretch. As Lisa's episode barrels toward its climax, one thing becomes undeniable. She's no longer just gassy. She's entered full-blown flatulence legend territory. The early warm-ups, mere preludes, the mid-episode outbursts, just training rounds. Now we've reached the stage where every second on screen is a suspense thriller, a countdown to the next seismic release. Any motion, a shift of the blanket, a nervous sigh, even the flicker of an eyelid threatens to set off another sonic tremor. At this point, the fart counter isn't just a fun side game, it's essential equipment. It feels like the episode should have a digital scoreboard plastered across the screen, flashing numbers in real time. 23, 24, 25, the count climbs while the tension builds. Even the audience's breathing syncs with the rhythm of the blasts, like spectators at a fireworks finale, bracing for the next explosion. By the time we hit 25, Lisa's officially turned her hospital room into the Macy's parade. The caregivers have long abandoned the illusion of composure. Their faces are frozen masks of polite endurance, their eyes darting anywhere but Lisa, toward the ceiling, the wall, the exit door that they probably wish they could sprint through. Dr. Now soldiers on with his signature stoic tone, but there's a faint pause after every sentence, like he's silently calculating the odds that the next word he says will be drowned out by a trumpet solo from the bed. Numbers 26 and 27 prove him right. Dr. Now can barely squeeze a word in edgewise. Lisa, meanwhile, has become a virtuoso of unpredictability. Emotional therapy session? Boom. That's 28. Quiet discussion about caloric intake? Boom, boom. 29 and 30 back-to-back, Lisa's serving combos now. A single sigh of frustration? Brap. She's not just releasing gas, she's composing a soundtrack. The count rockets past 30 as if propelled by jet fuel. By the 50-minute mark, viewers are no longer just laughing. They're leaning forward, waiting like sports fans watching a record-breaking performance unfold. And what makes this final stretch so unforgettable isn't just the quantity, it's the range. Lisa offers a veritable tasting menu of tones. There are sharp little squeakers that cut through the room like a clarinet, guttural bass-heavy rumbles that seem to come from the Earth's core, and those haunting, elongated notes that could probably set off a ship's foghorn. 35 is a squeaker. 36 shakes the floorboards. And 37, that one sounds like it came from the Earth's mantle. The editors, poor souls, were surely questioning their life choices by this point. Imagine scrubbing through this footage, coffee gone cold, headphones trembling, knowing there's no realistic way to cut around what is essentially a flatulent floodgate. This isn't footage you edit. This is footage you survive. As the chaos builds, the episode begins to feel less like a medical documentary and more like the championship round of some bizarre Olympic event. Lisa isn't just the star of the show, she's the athlete, the coach, the commentator, and the sound effects department all at once. The score continues its climb. 36, 37, 38. Yes, folks, the scoreboard's gone haywire. By the 55-minute mark, her room has become a full-blown echo chamber, every blast ricocheting off the walls with crisp acoustics. You start to notice patterns, like choreography. Lean left, release. Shift right, release. A dramatic pause, then a surprise encore. It's less random now, more like a performance art piece about defying social norms through sheer volume. And then, just as fatigue threatens to set in for the audience, she delivers her showstopper, a triple salvo in under a minute. 3 blasts back-to-back with the confidence of someone who knows they're closing the show. Finally, as the last few minutes tick down, Lisa gears up for her finale. Everyone can feel it. The crew, the caregivers, the nation holding its collective breath. The score sits at 42. The room goes still. And then, bang, bang, bang. 3 floor-rattling, unapologetic declarations of dominance. The scoreboard hits 45 and Lisa seals her legacy with a finale no one will ever forget. When the credits finally roll, our tally stands at a jaw-dropping 45. 45 on-camera farts, 45 sonic signatures of a woman who, intentionally or not, turned a serious medical documentary into a full-blown slapstick opera. Yes, the episode documents Lisa's struggles. Yes, it chronicles her complicated journey and emotional battles. But let's be honest, her true legacy isn't measured in pounds lost or gained. It's measured in decibels. 45 times. 45 perfectly captured, broadcast to the world moments of pure, unfiltered chaos. And with that, Lisa Fleming doesn't just end her episode, she ascends into reality TV folklore as the undisputed queen of televised flatulence. So there you have it, folks. After meticulously watching, listening, and counting every single blast, the numbers are in. Lisa Fleming of My 600-Pound Life, Season 6, Episode 7, officially farted 45 times on camera. 45. 45 unforgettable, room-shaking, stomach-curdling bursts of pure reality TV chaos, all while bedridden and completely unapologetic. And let's be honest, those 45 moments are more than just numbers. Each one told a story. Frustration, boredom, discomfort, and occasionally triumph. Every blow punctuated dialogue, every note broke the tension, and every release reminded us that even in the most serious, heart-wrenching moments of life, a little gas can bring an unexpected laugh. Lisa didn't just make TV, she created a phenomenon, a record for reality TV history that may never be broken. For the caregivers, it was endurance. For Dr. Now, probably a test of patience. And for the viewers, a roller coaster of emotions that went from shock to awe to outright laughter. And now, thanks to our relentless counting mission, we can all appreciate the magnitude of her talent. So next time you find yourself binge-watching My 600-Pound Life, remember Lisa Fleming. She turned her hospital bed into a stage and every fart into a performance. 45 times, folks. 45. And that, my friends, is how you make history on reality television, one blast at a time.